海へ駆り立てた。
俺の財宝か？欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ、この世のすべてをそこに置いてきた。
男たちはグランドラインを目指し夢を追い続ける。世はまさに大海賊時代。
ありったけの夢をかき集め、探し物を探しに行くのさ。ワンピース羅針盤なんて渋滞のもと、熱に浮かされ怪獣を問うのさ。誇りかぶってた宝の地図も確かめたのなら伝説じゃない。個人的な嵐は誰かのリズム乗っかって思い過ごせばいい。ありったけの夢をかき集め、探し物を探しに行くのさ。ポケットの恋、それという
Wanna be my friend. We are. We are. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, everyone in between, welcome back. God bless everyone. We are here today to react to One Peak 1188 chat. How are we doing? I hope everyone's having a wonderful, phenomenal, amazing morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Chat, how are we feeling? How are we doing? Comment down below. It's a genuine question. I actually want to know, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling this afternoon? How are you feeling tonight? I hope you guys are excited. Hope you guys are amped for us to read and react to One Piece 1188, where we will be pulling no punches. If Oda wrote some garbage, we're going to call it out. It's going to be garbage. Or if Oda wrote some peak, we're going to love it. We're going to support it. We're going to get behind and we're going to hype up and celebrate the peak. We are going to use our mind. We're going to use our intellect. We're going to use proper philosophy. We're going to get into the deep bog of epistemology. We're going to be applying Christianity and religion and mythology and history to the landscape of One Piece. We are going to be tapping into unseen domains, unseen worlds, boundless imagination like Gear 5 Luffy, as we enjoy One Piece together. You and I and you, together as a family with a true bond, in a true bond. I hope everyone's having a great day. You guys already know, do the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, notification bell. You guys should know by now. Stop being stingy. When you guys interact with the channel, when you guys interact with the live stream, YouTube sees that and YouTube say, hey, people are punching the like button. People are hitting the noti bell. Hey, when someone hits the noti bell, this channel gets plus 10 points. Hella people are hitting the noti bell. We got to pump this channel out to other viewers, because clearly people like this channel, and that's what you guys are going to do. You guys are going to like this channel because you guys are watching the streams week in and week out. You guys are getting free content. I respond to all the chat messages. We do the free open mics. You guys are going to support your boy. God bless. Lucas, how are we doing? Johan, God bless, bro. I have not seen Disclosure Day. Vincent, God bless, bro. I know Smokey Oda has been taking something. Oda has been on a roll since the flashback ended. 9 out of 10. Sarah Leek, hope you're doing great. Hope everyone's doing good. Chat, how are we feeling tonight? I'm excited. I'm amped. Someone find me like some fan art to have on the screen. Someone find me some fan art. It could be Loki, Luffy, or Emu. Find me some fan art. We're going to put it on the screen. I'm watching from Mexico on vacation. Hey, Mexico can be very dangerous. I hope you're safe, Lucas. May God be with you and your family and your friends. I'm sure you'll be good. I'm sure you'll be having a great time. May God be with you. Don't get too wild. Don't drink too much beer. Don't mess with women you shouldn't be messing with. 313, God bless, man. Cancun, I've been to Cancun. You're gonna lose your skull. I hear the sound of Emu-sama. I hear the sound of Emu. I hear the sound of celestial dragons. I hear the sound of Emu. Emu-sama said it will be done. Nasta, rasta, basta, casta, nasta. All right. Hey, how about we just get straight into the chapter, man? How about we just not stall? How about we just don't delay? The sooner we get into the chapter, the sooner we get to discuss, the sooner we get to roast young Smokey. I want to roast young Smokey today. I want to put his head on a swivel. I'm going to slice it up like Emu does with that void sword. Put his head on a, what do you call it? I'm going to put it above my campfire. Chat. We got a color spread. Of course, Nami has to be drawn like a straight thought biota. We got the, what do you call it? The Straw Hats underwater. They're hugging a turtle with a crown. Chat, this confirms Joy Boy is a turtle. I've been telling you guys this. Look at my Reddit post from 2011. It has 2 upvotes. I literally posted on Reddit 9 years ago that Joy Boy was a turtle and you guys didn't listen to me? Really? I posted it on Reddit and I know Oda stole my theory. All right, let's get this chapter started. Recalling a certain day. Hello? Hello? Answer me. Buzz, buzz. Hello? Huh? What the? Who are you? Buzz. This is Moo. Emu. Who is this? Oh, me? I'm Joy Boy. Huff, huff. Yes, Joy Boy is already dead. Okay, I actually been thinking about this recently. Is he like self-proclaimed Joy Boy? Like, did he decide himself that his name is Joy Boy? That's not actually like a name either. That's more like a moniker. You know, like no one's giving birth to a baby and you're writing Joy Boy on the birth certificate. Maybe Joy Boy didn't even have a birth certificate. But you guys see what I mean? It's more of like a nickname, more of like an epithet, a moniker, not a legit name. Like Edward D. Teach, right? That's like an actual name. Monkey D. Luffy, that's like an actual name. Straw Hat Mugiwara, that's a nickname. That's his epithet. That's his moniker, not his actual name. So are we going down that route too? That for the original Joy Boy, his name was not Joy Boy. It was actually something else. Eric, God bless, bro. Been telling y'all, wait on my Pirate King Luffy. I know y'all been downplaying home. Who is downplaying Luffy? We know Luffy is strong, but he's not Emu strong. Luffy's always weaker than the major antagonist until Luffy gets his stuff together. When Luffy gets his stuff together, then, you know, Luffy's going to be stronger than the big bad. I mean, come on, go look at the beginning of Wano. Luffy literally got one-shotted. You remember that? Luffy got one-tapped? He got one-tapped. Monkey D. Luffy. Guys, find me some fan art to put on the screen. Find me some fan art. Find me some fan art. Oh, find me some fan art. Cry. Find me. Find me some fan art. Oh, find me some fan art. Okay, I found some fan art. Maybe Joy Boy is based off of Native American Indian heritage. Joy Boy is his actual name. Dude, I know Joy Boy is actually a Somali king. What do you mean? My boy, Joy Boy is a Somalian. You must have had the wrong phone number. What's up, Judy? Nami looks great. Joy Boy is not white if he is Luffy's ancestor. Dude, Luffy's basically white. Come on. All right, anyways, let's get back to the chapter. Why does Imu's mouth look so funny at the bottom of the first page? So why dost thou insist on stirring these memories? It's not his fault. It's actually you. Imu, you're the one with trauma. You're the one with PTSD. I don't know what Joy Boy did to you, but he must have did something, man. Joy Boy must have put you in a chair and put the chair in the corner while him and Lily started a family tree or something. Because why is Imu like this traumatized? Don't most fans believe Imu defeated Joy Boy or Imu killed Joy Boy? That's kind of like a common inference, a common take from One Piece fans. If Imu took out Joy Boy, it seems weird that he would be this traumatized. Maybe like Joy Boy was like a tough foe, you know, a formidable foe. And Imu's a little wary. Imu could be a little wary. Like, yeah, I killed Joy Boy. I took out Joy Boy, but he was really tough. But like, it seems like he's actually really traumatized. Like this, it's not. You guys see what I'm saying? It's not like it should be less. Basically, if Joy Boy did, or if Imu did take out Joy Boy and kill Joy Boy, he should be less traumatized. Even if it was a tough battle, maybe he'd be a little wary. He'd be like, "Oh shoot, Joy Boy's back. Well, I'll beat him again. I'll kill him again." But it's not really like that. Imu's always like trembling and freaking out over Joy Boy. It makes it seem that it's not as simple as Imu killed Joy Boy, end of story. Like there's something else involved that would explain why he's so traumatized. Check the Discord. I found some fan art. Thank you, bro. Let me check it out. Wait, where is it? I don't see it. Is it in the general chat or the spoilers chat? Oh, sick. Thanks. Let's use it. I mean, considering how Imu acts, I assume Joy Boy was the only person ever who was actually a threat to him. I think for someone with such a god complex, this is life-changing experience / memory. You might have a point. I mean, I could see where you're coming from. Like, this dude is, you know, very prideful, very egotistical. Dude literally thinks he's God. So if someone was a huge threat to him, you know, way higher than 99% of other creatures, maybe that would kind of freak him out. But still, like, the God complex kind of works against your position. Because wouldn't he just go back to like, well, I'm a god, dude. I'm the god of the world. Even Joy Boy's a pipsqueak to me, but like he's traumatized. Like if this guy's like, yo, I'm the god of the world, none of you have anything on me, even Joy Boy, that bum who I killed. Why would he then say all that and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm totally terrified of Joy Boy? Like, you see, it can't be so straightforward that Imu killed Joy Boy in the story. Like something else happened. All right, let's continue. Heck if I know. Okay, we got Luffy versus Imu. Dude, I still can't believe this. I actually still can't believe I'm freaking reading Luffy versus Imu. Oh my gosh. Dude, I didn't think, bro, going into 2026, if you told me, yeah, Imu's going to show up to Elbaf, unveiled, completely revealed, to fight with Luffy. Oh yeah, by the way, Shanks' twin brother, who's a Holy Knight, also comes to Elbaf. Dude, if you told me all of that, I would just not even respond to you. I would just straight ignore you. Or I would mock you. I would clown you. I would bully you. You're telling me 2026, Oda's going to reveal Shanks as a twin brother who is in the Holy Knights, coming to Elbaf, stabbing Loki, which, by the way, Loki's going to be top 1. And Imu's going to be revealed as a tan Lunarian type demon. Like, bro, and even including like the other stuff from Elbaf arc. And Yeah, the Elbaf arc did start prior to 2026, but you guys get my point. Zebek, the God Valley stuff. Bro, there's just been so much in One Piece that's like straight fan fiction. And I say straight fan fiction because we've all been anticipating these characters and these fights and these backstories, and Oda delivered very heavily. So it feels like a fanfic, you know? I don't mean fanfic as in all of this is garbage. There's no way Oda would write this. But anyways, let's get back to the chapter. We got Emu. I think Emu's shooting some black thing at Luffy. I think Luffy's head's like shooting down. Fling. Huh? He dodged. Aim down, down, down. It looks like Luffy's being followed by the black cloud. Boom. Emu's black cloud thing punches Luffy in the head. It's kind of a weird panel. Yo, what's up, Jordan? The Ancient Kingdom at FaceTime. Emu and Joy Boy meeting through FaceTime sounds funny. Oh, yeah, by the way, the beginning of this chapter where it seems like they're on a phone makes me think like the Void Century had Den Mushis back then. Luffy crashes down to Elbaf. Big boom explosion. The dust settles. And now Emu is facing Luffy. Poof. Luffy looks angry. They're facing off. Emu has that ring of eyes still. It almost looks like it's 2D. That ring on around Emu's back, the ring with the eyes. Chat, do you guys get the impression it's like 2D? Looks like Luffy punches Emu. No, Emu teleports behind Luffy. And Luffy is like black. He's like shaded because he just, withstood an explosion. This gives me like some Gear 4 vibes. I think someone in the chat said Snake Man. You get like that rough Luffy. It's like a dark black shade, a bunch of scratches. This is what people wanted in Gear 5. People wanted Luffy to go full emo. You guys remember that? Bro, Gear 5 Luffy's going to be all black, dude. He's going to be all black. He's going to be demon mode. He's going to be angry as heck, man. That'd be sick. I want emo Luffy. I want Luffy to be like Berserk or be like Guts from Berserk, dude. So emu are crap. Luffy's gonna be like freaking Sasuke, bro. Emo. It's gonna be goth. He's gonna hate everyone. He's gonna hate the world. You guys remember that? And then when it was revealed that Gear 5 was actually like a fun, playful, joyous, imaginative power system, Toon Force, a lot of people are just like, man, this is garbage, dude. This is gay, man. Ha! Gay! All right, Luffy goes to punch Emu. Emu teleports behind Luffy. Emu thrusts his sword forwards. Luffy is not there. I guess Luffy disappeared. And now Luffy's throwing punches in front of Emu. Damn it. I thought that was a sure hit. Bro, Emu has that future sight. Come on. Who do you think you're fighting, dude? Who does Luffy think he's fighting? You don't think this guy's going to have future sight? Come on, dude. You should just look at Emu and already know, oh, shoot, this is not a normal person. This is not some regular combatant. And again, look at the horns. Guys, go to page 8. Look at the horns on Emu. Like, this really gives me vibes of hybrid. Like, this is like a hybrid Emu. So it makes me wonder, what's base Emu? What does base Emu look like? But then again, we saw this version of Emu when he wasn't fighting. So it's like, why is he in hybrid form when he's not fighting and he's just sitting around? You know, like that's kind of weird. Typically, people go into hybrid mode during battle. Why is he like literally? He was sitting on the roof, just chilling on the roof in hybrid form. I mean, like, in world, in narrative wise, that's kind of weird. Maybe Oda did that, you know, break the fourth wall kind of thing. Oda did that so that he could hide Emu's base form for whatever reason. But I mean, in world, that'd be weird. Why is he just in hybrid? And maybe someone will say, oh, well, maybe Emu's stuck in the hybrid form, you know, kind of like the Impel Down guards are stuck in hybrid or stuck in their full animal form. I mean, yeah, it's possible, but do you really believe that? Do you really believe Emu's stuck in hybrid form? I mean, when Emu was in the throne room trying to kill Sabo, that did not seem like hybrid form. That seemed like a full-fledged animal monster form. You know, he got super big and he chomped on the flame or whatever. So yeah, I'm not sure. There's some weird stuff going on with Emu. Maybe this isn't his hybrid form. Maybe this is his default form. But again, we mentioned this in previous streams. When Emu is in the throne room, when Emu's in Marijoa, and he has that cloak on or whatever, where are the horns? You don't see the horns. They would be noticeable even with the cloak. They would kind of stick out, I feel. Then on top of that, there's like that huge spike down the middle of his head, like a crown. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Emu's forms here. Yo, history, welcome back, bro. God bless. Hello, it's all fine here. Do some, I think you meant time, that I don't appear here. Who don't remember me, I'm from Brazil. A big hug to all. I like so much this channel. God bless all. Translate Brazil Portuguese. Yo, God bless, bro. Take care, man. I hope you've been good. Hope God's been treating you well. Lots of hugs, dude. All right, next page. Emu's throwing up blood again. Dude, Emu really is a gang member. Emu's running a demonic gang. Like, bro, what the hell is this? This is like some knockoff Naruto hand sign. Dude, a freaking next chapter, Emu's about to be like, Omen style jutsu. Like, what the hell? What is this, dude? Oda, what is this? This is stupid. Actually, we need to start looking into like hand sigils, because usually, you know, like the witches and the people, like the satanic people, the freaking warlocks, those guys, don't they usually use sigils? Like they draw things. Is there such thing as like a hand sigil? Does that exist in real life? Like people that do black magic and witchcraft? So what, you throw up you put your fingers in a certain way and it spawns Beelzebub? Pow pow. Hey, that's pretty strong though. I mean, Emu's making some weird hand sign, but those are big explosions, because look at the trees below. Page 9, Emu does that hand symbol, and then there's 3 big explosions. Look at the size of the explosions relative to the trees. Those are pretty big. So even, and that doesn't even seem like a real attack. Like, it doesn't seem like he's launching a named attack, like, oh, I'm going to finish you off here, like a heavy attack. This just seems like a light attack for him. It's like a little light attack, like nothing too big. Luffy's running. We see the wheels on his feet. Some Toon Force stuff. Emu's still doing his blood gang signs. Looks like these black balls, paws, are following Emu or Luffy. Why do I keep saying Emu? Whoa, they're after me. They're bombs, right? Yeah, the black bombs. Gomu Gomu no. That's an interesting angle right there. Page 10. Gomu Gomu no. He's punching the black bombs. Jet Gatling. And they explode. How come we see, like, that middle panel, the punches are hitting the bombs, but, like, they don't explode until the next panel? This looks like Emu's equivalent of punching someone casually. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like this doesn't seem like a legit heavy attack. There's like a mini attack. It's like a light attack. Like like in Smash Bros, right? If you play Fox and you press B, he just has that regular pistol. It's just like a really small light attack for him. That's like Emu. But relative to the rest of the world, it's really strong. Gum Gum. Majin. Ho, 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 ho. Don't think I missed what happened in your fight with Loki. I was also thinking, this genie form of Luffy also gives King Neptune vibes. You guys remember King Neptune from Fishman Island? This definitely has Neptune vibes. And yes, obviously, it looks like a genie, especially the bottom half of his body where his legs would be. But it's still, also, it looks like he's wearing a turban, right? It still gives a little bit of King Neptune vibes. Bro, he's like the genie from Aladdin. You know why? Luffy wants to make people's wishes come true. I'm not going to let his death go to waste. Bro, Loki's not dead, you bum. Is that a piece of meat on his turban? Where? Oh, in the middle? Dude, how'd you notice that? Bro has a freaking meat bone on his turban. Dude, Luffy is like my dog, bro. It ain't nothing but food with these guys, bro. They're worse than me. I thought no one would love food as much as me until I met Luffy and my dog. I got a bad food addiction, but sheesh, dude. Bro, put a freaking piece of meat on the turban. The genie, is this a tribute? Wait, who's it a tribute to? And whose birthday passed or is coming up? Wait, what do you mean? All this is a tribute to Robin Williams, who slayed himself. Wait, how do you know it's a tribute to him? How do you know that? I'm not hip to the Robin Williams lore. No reason to overthink the genie. It's just a Robin Williams tribute. Yeah, but I don't even know what you mean. Well, what does Robin Williams have to do with the genie? Doesn't he have the movie Night in the Museum? Is that him? It makes sense because Robin Williams is the voice of Genius and plays Peter Pan and Hook. But what does that have to do with the genie? Oh, the voice of genies? Is that what you mean? Not the voice of genius? I don't know what genius is. I think you meant genies. Because he looks like the genie from Aladdin. He was the genie in Aladdin. Oh, I didn't even know that. Dude, that's actually kind of funny thinking about it. Like, Oda's probably watching a lot of the American movies in the freaking Japanese dub or Japanese sub. Like how we have to watch One Piece in the English sub. He's listening to Robin Williams and listening to all our English movies. Like, bro, what the hell are they saying? All right, next page. I'm still alive, jackass. Oh, you're still kicking, Loki? Bro, Loki is just so awesome, dude. How can anyone hate this guy? He has a cool design. He is insanely strong. Literally top 5 alive, minimum. Insane backstory. He has like a fun kind of relationship, a fun kind of friendship with Luffy. It reminds me of Zoro, You guys remember how, early on Zoro was a little rough for Luffy? Like really, really early on, Zoro was like a little rough for Luffy. Loki reminds me of that. In fact, actually, a lot of the Straw Hats, they still get mad at Luffy. They still say like, yo, you dumbass, you jackass, Luffy, you idiot. You know, a lot of the Straw Hats, they still act that way with Luffy. And like that's the kind of vibe I'm getting on this panel. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting on this panel right here. What the hell just happened? Okay. There's nothing deep to the genie. Well, even if we hypothesized that Luffy thought of becoming a genie because he met a genie in Whole Cake Island, I don't think that's a stretch. I mean, like 90% of Luffy's attacks come from the people he witnessed, whether they're in the Straw Hats or not. He'll see things, he'll see people, and he'll be like, oh, shoot. Which, by the way, this was confirmed by Oda, by the way. So this isn't even a theory. Luffy sees even his crewmates, enemies, and he'll get inspiration and he'll make attacks and forms based off of, you know, things he's inspired by. So, you know, Luffy running into Daifuku, who had a genie devil fruit in Whole Cake, I don't think that's far-fetched. And it could be both. Maybe Oda's a big fan of Robin Williams. We all know that Oda loves actors. I mean, literally all the admirals are based off of actual actors. It could be a mix of both. You know, Luffy in World, he thought of turning into a genie because he saw it in Whole Cake. But then Oda's like, you know what? Yeah, like, yeah, that makes sense. But I really like Robin Williams. And Robin Williams, he had a great voice acting of the genie in Aladdin. It could be a mix of both. But you know what? I would say, like, Robin Williams, didn't he do like a lot of films? Didn't he have like a lot of roles? Why in particular are we singling out like a role he had regarding a genie? Maybe Oda really liked Robin Williams acting for the genie in that movie. Maybe he watched Aladdin and he thought Robin Williams was great. I don't know. Genie form doesn't look even remotely like Luffy. Only the scar gives off that it's him. Yeah, I noticed that too. But I actually, I think that's great personally, because I think the purpose of Luffy's gears is the manipulation of his body. Gear second was manipulating the blood flow, I think. Gear third was manipulating the bone density and bone size, if I'm not mistaken. Gear fourth was bloating his body and stretching out his body and pulling it together or whatever. A bit more control over his body, a bit more manipulation. And I think Gear 5 is the pinnacle. He does whatever he wants with his body. He can make his body probably really small and narrow, really wide and chubby, really tall, really wide, makes his face bigger. I think that's the point. Like Gear 5 is his pinnacle. Pinnacle of what? Pinnacle of the gears? Well, pinnacle of the gears. Well, what are the gears? What's the point of the gears? How do we characterize Luffy's gears? I think it's that. I think it's body manipulation. Luffy's gears are about manipulating his body. So if Gear 5 is the pinnacle of manipulating his body, it's probably in the sense that I have reached the pinnacle of body manipulation because now I can do anything to my body. And I like the perspective from King J. He's been saying this for a while. Luffy needs to realize through Gear 5 that he is not limited to rubber. Now that's where it's really going to turn up. Because if Luffy can manipulate his body to be non-rubber because of this Nika fruit being a mythical Zoan and boundless imagination, could you imagine how OP Luffy would be? That would mean Luffy has like this crazy limitless devil fruit, and he could go after and fight Emu, who also has a devil fruit that seems to do all types of things that we've seen from other devil fruits throughout the series. Shout out to Young Smokey and shout out to King J. They compiled a 15-item list yesterday. Emu has displayed 15 other fruits we've seen throughout the series in his fruit. So it's almost like Emu has the powers of like 15 fruits at minimum. There's probably more. He has the powers of 15 fruits we've already seen, but he only has one fruit. And then Luffy's going to be boundless imagination as well. Like, I got all types of powers. I got all types of things. I'm not just like a rubber man and I stretch my arm. Like, no, it's way more than that. I agree. Basically, Emu's displaying better imagination than Luffy. It's why Luffy's struggling so much. He needs to know what he is. Yeah. All right, let's continue. Damn it all. Squeak, squeak. Get out of the way, Ragnar. Huh? A Robisque tall punch. Look at Ragnar standing in the way. Let's go. Dude, actually, if I get another dog or a cat, I need to name them Ragnar. You know what? I want to name. Let's get another dog and name him Ragnar. Let's get a cat. Can I get a cat and name him Ragnar? Or does it have to be a dog? What is closer to a squirrel? A cat or a dog? Cat? Chat, what's closer to a squirrel? A cat or a dog? You know what? We'll just say a cat. I'm going to get a pet cat, and I'm naming him Ragnar. Cat? Oh, brother, the glaze. Wait, I'm glazing because I like Ragnar, because I think he's a cool guy. Bro, he's stronger than your pathetic Usopp. He has more aura than Shanks. No, I'm not saying that, Vincent. L, God bless, bro. Go get a chinchilla. Dude, that's boring, man. Having a chinchilla is probably like having a freaking iguana, having a turtle. It's just so boring. They just stay in their tank. What's up, Michelangelo? I still don't know what that profile picture is. Is it Rock Lee or my guy? Cat, i.e. Pikachu. Pachirisu. Pachirisu is so forgettable. Pikachu's better. All right, let's continue. Jinbei! Luffy, just say the word and I'll protect him for you. Yo, why is Jinbei such a goat? Holy goat. Even back during the Fishman Island arc, giving up his blood for Luffy. Jinbei really is that guy. Jinbei really is a king. It's just sad that Oda didn't give him a dream. Dude, it's kind of... I don't know, man. I think sometimes Oda made the One Piece world too big. There's too many characters to the point where you have to sacrifice the main characters. Oh, now he glazes Jinbei. All right, chat. If I like any character, it's instant glaze, okay? I'm not allowed to like characters. You know what? Everyone is garbage. Every single character is trash. How about that? Thanks. He's my buddy. I'll leave him to you, Jinbei. Look at Ragnar. Who are you calling buddy? Frickin' runt. All right, now that I can focus, I'll handle this guy. Luffy, he's fighting that guy from earlier. Is he going to be okay? Who the hell is he up against? He's clearly higher ranked than the knights, but I thought only the 5 elders were above them. He could just be the head of the gods' knights. That's got to be it. The world government is always shrouded in mystery. Hey, I like how you got Brook standing there. You got the little the leaves flying around. It's like a serious moment. Hey, Brook, we've got to get back. Ah, Princess Shuri. What should we do? How do we deal with the frozen person? Well, there was that time Robin and Luffy were frozen. What? This happened to them too? Gunko, thou hast yet to break the ice. A man with an afro who refers to Gunko as Princess Shuri. It cannot be. No. Sucker punching bullet. And Emu still blocks it. Bro, Emu really is him. Yo, I ate your chairs back. No way. No, I just explained I meant dog. Didst thou not just boast about seeing what became of Loki and his gargantuan body? Bro, is Emu wearing mascara? Bro, see, looks maxing has gone too far, bro. Emu's wearing mascara. Emu did his eyelashes. Bro is a fruitcake. Mainly because I think he's unworthy to be over the Legends of God Valley. It's a Oda gag and a cop-out. How is that a cop? Dude, stop. You know what? You're the one coping, dude. It was pre-established Ragnar had to exist. I mean, Ragnar's essentially playing the role of Thor's hammer. And One Piece fans knew that was going to happen in Elbaf. Stigma. Ligma? Emu's still throwing up the gang signs. Luffy's running. He's running. Emu's spinning the sword. He grabs a demon and forms a knife out of that black circle. Dude, this is definitely satanic. Emu is definitely satanic. This dude is definitely worshiping the devil. Bro is Satan. Emu, you're satanic as hell, bro. Look at this guy. Go to page 15. Dude has a ring of black eyes behind him. He has devil horns. We know he has a devil's tail. Sword of the Wailing Void. Translator note. Kanji reads void / emptiness sword. Is a homophone for howling wind / storm. Wait, what happened with the tree? Did he chop the tree withered away? Is that what happened? The tree just... Whoa, what? Yo, that last double page. What is it? He's like bending the trees. He just completely like manipulated and destroyed the landscape. Yeah, he's a devil. Look up pentacles versus pentagrams. Pentacles versus pentagrams. Pentacles. Oh, it's with the circle. Interesting. All right. Huh? The forest is wilting? The view is improving. It looks fine from here. It is clear. Thou art not Joy Boy. What? Emu gives like that Conqueror's hockey glare we see throughout the story. Dude, look at the sound effects. Oda made it all like rough. Luffy's coughing up blood. We see 2 or 3 of the demon bombs. Gah! Joy Boy would never be this weak. Wow, the majestic power of the King of the World. Chapter 1188 end. Break next week. Chat, comment down below. What is your rating of the chapter 1 to 10? What is your rating of this chapter 1 to 10? After you guys drop a rating into the chat, do all that YouTube stuff, guys. All the YouTube stuff. Get it out of the way. Like, subscribe, notification bell so you don't miss future streams. You got to show up early because you guys get exclusive content when you show up mad early. Wow. 9.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, W. 10 out of 10. 10.9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Wow. Shoot, you know, the reason why I want to rate this chapter high, I mean, like, I do like the genie stuff. I love Ragnar. Jinbei had a little moment. The reason why I want to rate this chapter a bit high is because of the very last panel. Generator, God bless, bro. The very last panel is the reason I want to rate this chapter high, because the very last panel is incredibly important. Joy Boy would never be this weak. The last panel is leaving us on a hanging thread, a hanging cliff as to what will happen to Luffy and Co. I mean, the big bad has just mopped the floor with Luffy very quickly. I remember a long time ago, probably around the time Emu first showed up on Elbaf, I was saying on stream in front of you guys that maybe we'll get to a scenario where Emu claps Luffy, but because Emu's coughing up blood and Emu's nerfed, he has to leave. So Oda can kind of do two things at once. He's able to gas up the main antagonist, Emu, by having him low diff Luffy, but at the same time, the story doesn't end, Luffy doesn't die, because Emu has to leave. That might be what happens. But, you know, there's also another possibility. There's another option. There's another route. Emu or Oda could go down the route, go down the path of, well, you know what? Luffy, you're not even Joy Boy. I'm not worried about you, dude. I'm going back home, you bum. But then again, their goal is to take over Elbaf and have Elbaf under their flag. So that wouldn't really work. Emu could look at Luffy like, you know what, you're not even Joy Boy. I'm not even worried about you, dude. But they still have the goal of having Elbaf under the flag. So what are they going to look at Luffy and say, Luffy, you're not Joy Boy, so therefore I don't want to control Elbaf? No, they want to control Elbaf. That's why they initially sent the Holy Knights to Elbaf. They sent the Holy Knights to Elbaf to recruit Loki. If they could recruit Loki to the Holy Knights, then they could possess Elbaf and all the giants. That didn't work. So then they tried to have Dory and Bragi become the kings of Elbaf as Domi Reversi the demons. They tried to threaten Elbaf with the children. Right? So they want possession of Elbaf and the giants. Saying that Luffy is not Joy Boy doesn't really resolve their goal. All right, chat. I'm going to leave it in your hands again, guys. Guys, I'm going to leave it in your hands. Do you guys want an open mic stream right now? Do you guys want me to enable open mic calls? You viewers can come onto the call and chat with me live on stream with your comments, questions, theories, concerns. Do you guys want to talk to me live on stream, open mic today, right here, right now? Or do you guys not want to do that? And my second question, should we have a donation goal for that, chat? Should we make a donation goal? Should we have a dono goal to enable today's open mic? Or do I stop being stingy and we launch the open mic free of charge? What do you guys think, chat? I think Emu's too paranoid about Joy Boy returning just to drop Luffy because he isn't Joy Boy level yet. Blackbeard's gonna save Luffy from Emu? Are you talking about Blackbeard, the guy that struggled the 5v1 law? I love how Blackbeard stands. I always ignore that. You'll never see them bring that up. And then you bring that up to them and they just like completely like ignore the point. Naxxraum, I'm not taking shots at you. I'm taking shots at the Blackbeard stands. Do we think that Emu knows exactly when the final battle is going to be which is why he is finally making a move on the Giants because the Final War is quickly approaching. No, exactly. I'm not sure. He might sense that it's soon, but I mean, I don't really know, dude. I don't know. Charge us for the open mic. Charles is from Israel, anyways. Abigna with the 300. Thank you so much, brother. God bless your soul. I think Myra over Ragnar. Who's Myra? Myra? Blackbeard can't even save himself. Who's Myra? I think Myra over Ragnar. Who's Myra? Mira? Like mirror on the wall? Blackbeard get caught lacking by Beppo. Bro, have Zenkai boost versus people who already almost dead. Dude, could you guys imagine? I want you guys to picture this. Stop being dumb and stop being biased. I want you guys to picture this. Imagine for a second, Emu got snuck and blitzed by Beppo. Could you guys imagine how One Piece fans would react? Bro, Emu's so mid. This guy's garbage. Emu's a fraud. Emu's so garbage, dude. Emu got blitzed by Beppo. This dude, isn't he supposed to be the final villain? But Emu's not the final boss. Dude, Emu's trash. Blackbeard's the final boss. How can Emu get blitzed by Beppo? How did Emu get caught lacking by Beppo? Dude, Emu's trash. Dude, people would be going insane. Everyone would unequivocally say, you know what? There's no way Emu's the final boss. It's Blackbeard. But wait a second, when Blackbeard gets blitzed by Emu or by Beppo, when Blackbeard gets caught lacking by Beppo, no one says anything. Oh my gosh, you know why? Because these conversations is not about the truth. It's not about that. It's not to the Blackbeard stands, it's not about the truth. It's not about logic. It's not about the laws of logic. It's not about proper argumentation. It's not about a justification. None of that matters to them. All that matters is, oh, Blackbeard's so cool. I want him to be final boss. There's no reasoning with these people, right? But if you guys are open to changing your mind, if you guys are open to figuring out what the truth is, if you guys are open to figuring out which options are more probable, I mean, hey, we could do that together. But if people are not going to be open to it and people literally are just pushing an agenda, then it seems like it's a waste of time to me. At this point, we have to assume that Emu has a counter to Blackbeard's Devil Fruit. Blackbeard ain't taking Emu 1v1. You know what's funny? Another thing, right? Another thing. Oh, but Blackbeard, Blackbeard, he would crush Luffy. Blackbeard can stop the Devil Fruit. Blackbeard, he can stop Emu Devil Fruit. Emu gets clapped by Blackbeard. Because Blackbeard, he can stop Emu's Devil Fruit. But Blackbeard fought Law, who uses devil fruits. This is like, I'm telling you, this is the most brain dead, low IQ debate ever. This is like bottom of the barrel. This is like, there's so much more like trickier debates. There's so much more complicated things to think about and to discuss and to work through. This is so low tier. Literally not even acknowledging Law has a devil fruit. And then I'll end this. I'll end it off here, right? I'll end it off here, right? You know, they always run back to the corner and they're like, well, you know what? Fine, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see. we'll see when we get to the final arc. We'll see at the end of the story. But we'll see is not an argument either. Dude, they have no arguments. It's nothing but like, trust me, bro, trust me, bro, trust me, bro. Bro, trust me, man. What if I don't want to trust you? Remember what the golden Buddha did to the Quake? On the other hand, my right nut, bro, a big nut, so ugly, goofy, stupid. Self up. On the other hand, though, Crown with a Turtle is, in my opinion, a reference to the Dragon Ball Z and Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. Oda is definitely obsessed with Disney and Pixar. Characters in OP are always as strong as they need to be in the moment for the sake of the plot. I mean, that doesn't really tell me anything. I mean, but like, I'm not trying to be rude, okay? So don't take this as a personal attack. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but like, think about this statement. It doesn't really mean anything. I mean, like, it means something, but it doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's kind of like, obviously, like, you could get any single fight. Well, Luffy had to be that strong, and Kaido had to be that strong. I mean, well, now what? Like, it doesn't really say anything. Characters in One Piece are always as strong as they need to be in that moment for the sake of the plot. So even the losing characters, so like when Luffy fights Katakuri and Katakuri loses, would we say, well, Katakuri, he needed to be that strong for that fight? You see, it doesn't really tell us anything. Maybe I'm misunderstanding you. I could be twisting your words. I could be misrepresenting you. If I am, I apologize. I'm not trying to straw man you. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. But I'm not really sure. Not really sure what further inferences we can get from this statement. The fight, or this fight, is giving Luffy versus Crocodile round one vibes. Yeah, I agree. But you know what? I think Luffy versus Emu is going to be like what you're saying, like a Crocodile round 1, round 2, round 3. Same thing with Kaido. I think Luffy versus Emu is going to be a multi-round fight, but taking place over multiple islands. So instead of, Luffy having multiple rounds against Crocodile on Alabasta only, or Luffy having multiple rounds against Kaido on Wano, Luffy's going to have multiple rounds against Emu on maybe Elbaf, maybe Lodestar, dude, maybe even at the end of Laugh Tale. I don't know. I think it might be something like that. Yeah, no, I just say that in reference to the power scaling where people will die on a hill saying this character is stronger than that character. I mean, a lot of times, not all the time, a lot of times people, they just really like a character. So therefore, well, the character I like, he has to be very strong. The character I like, he has to be stronger than these other guys because I don't really like those other guys. But like that doesn't follow. Bon Clay is one of the greatest characters ever. I love Bon Clay. If you guys remember, pre-time skip One Piece, especially Impel Down, bro, Bon Clay, amazing heart, great sacrifice for Luffy and the Nakama. Bon Clay is a phenomenal character, but why would I say that Bon Clay is stronger than Kaido? Well, what does Bon Clay being a good character have to do with his strength? Or important? Just because a character is important, that doesn't mean they're strong. Or that they're stronger than insert random character here. See, people don't have a grasp on epistemic reason and proper justifications. They don't know how to avoid fallacies. And I don't mean this in a rude way. I mean this in a literal way. Like, people literally don't know what fallacies are. They literally don't know what a non sequitur is, or maybe they don't know. I don't know. They don't know about what we've been talking about product cumulative decay. They don't know about things like that, but then they want to debate. And then when you're debating somebody, you got to teach them how to debate. You're not even, if you're debating someone Shanks versus Mihawk, I shouldn't have to teach you the rules of a debate. You know, well, we're supposed to be debating Shanks versus Mihawk. Why am I teaching you what a logical fallacy is? You should already know that going into the debate. But anyways, chat, I say you guys join the Discord server so we can begin the open mic. I decided I'm going to be generous because I love the chat. I love you guys. I love the community. We're going to do a free open mic. So if you guys come to the Discord server, there's a voice channel. It's called Live Stream Open Calls. I'm going to be in there. And if you guys join, we can speak. Okay? Hop up in that open mic on the Discord. Hop up in that open mic on the Discord. My theory is Emu kills Luffy and the GOAT Blackbeard becomes a new MC because I can't know how to read. I can't know how to read. I'm illiterate. I'm just kidding. Who's stronger, Luffy or Blackbeards? Do I have to answer that? I feel like if I answer that, I'm just going to like start ranting and start being all angry and stressing out and telling you guys about my health, my love life, my financial crisis, my mental instability. I'm just going to start pouring out my heart onto the mic. If you just read the Egghead arc and it's clear, I'll put it that way. Come with the syllogism. Be ready or not at all. Yeah, actually, I agree with that. If you can pose, now I don't think everything can be articulated or understood through a syllogism, but let's allow that for One Piece, right? If you are debating One Piece, maybe a theory or power scaling or something, if you come to the debate or if you come to the discussion with a syllogism, that makes the discussion so much easier and faster. Premise 1, premise 2, premise 3, conclusion. We can get to the crux. We can identify the blind spots in your argument or in your position way faster versus like people posting like one random paragraph here and one random paragraph there, like a very messy series of paragraphs on Discord. Like, come through with a syllogism, which, by the way, what are Blackbeard stands going to do? They're going to have freaking 8, 9 premises leading to their conclusion, and it's going to suffer to product cumulative decay, meaning the probability of all of those premises being true together at the same time is going to be very, very low. Grandpa Smokey and Mr. Vincent, I am calling you up to the stage.
What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, girl? What's up, girl? Yo, what's up, girl?
Madam. Yo.
What's up, girl? What's up, madam? Mademoiselle.
What's up, bitch? What's up, mamacita?
What's up, Hawkeyes? Monkey, what's up, bro?
What's up, lady? What's up, Lady Charlos?
What's up, Madam Charlie?
What up, Weeble the Third? What up, Weeble the Third?
What's up, St. Roswald?
No, Weeble the Third.
Yo, what's good, Yarouche?
What up, Jabra?
Now, who does Vincent look like? I know Vincent looks like somebody.
Fuck, he looks like fucking Oven, dog.
Remember Oven from One Piece? Bro, with the beard? Oh, no. You guys remember Oven? Let me pull this up. You guys remember Oven? There's Bozo.
Brother,
All right, let's get down to it. 1188. How are we feeling?
I feel good. I enjoyed this chapter a bunch. This was a fantastic chapter.
Do you guys enjoy the chapter because of Luffy being defeated?
Yes, partly, but I mostly enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I like Emu a lot this chapter. Like I had an idea earlier, and I was gonna tell you about it, but I decided to wait till the BC. Dude, one break week, we should do a top 10 ranking of the first and the last panels of like, let's say like 10 chapters for the year. You know what I mean?
Are
Or
we starting with this year's top 10 chapters or
this year?
doing from any year?
Let's do this
Okay,
year.
just within a year. Within a year. If
Hey.
we did it for the whole series, that'd be great.
I like that idea, but we could also do just top 10 chapters.
Okay. That
But-
works too.
That makes me wonder, like top 10 chapters of 2026. Oh, why don't we do that every year?
I just wanted to admire we could definitely do that, but I just wanted to admire the artwork. Like, man, you want to know what got me in this chapter probably the most was the opening panel. Like, this is how you freaking open a chapter, Oda. I think this chapter is a banger, and I'm very happy.
You know, like
I agree
the
with that.
intro, the beginning, where it's kind of like a black screen and a phone call. It reminded me of Egghead, like when Shaka was on the phone with Dragon and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
Very cool. Think about it. Think about it like this. Though. Think about this. We prayed for moments like this. We are seeing Joy Boy talking to Emu, and we see the smile. That is crazy. And then the chapter's all black at the beginning.
Mm.
That's dope. I like it. I appreciate the artistry here. I guess that's what I'm saying.
And I also kind of like the symbolism behind this because this is now starting to kind of make it less like Joy Boy is the father and Emu is the son, and more like how it is with
They're friends.
Shanks and Luffy. Like I was going to say, like
Friends.
Shanks and Luffy, like yeah, friends as well, but they're also like mentor and mentee.
We
Like
still got to push the Sake brothers theory, my friend. We need Davy Jones now.
You know, I was
Yeah, we do.
thinking through Smokey's idea. Every January we need to do a bingo card for that year, predictions about, you know, what we're going to be seeing, but also top 10 chapters of the previous year. So January 2027, we need to make a bingo card. All right, what do we expect to see in One Piece 2027? And then we do a separate shame after. All right, top 10 chapters from the past year, 2026.
So when we do the bingo card, should we also wait for Oda's Jump Festa message before we do that?
that's a good idea.
Sure. When is that usually though? Because that's not every year, is it?
It is. I don't know if like the date would fell into line this year for us to like go into the new year for the Jump Festa message, or I don't know if that's like the pattern. I haven't paid attention to it, but I would say there's been probably an example of each where he's followed a pattern and then when he's deviated from it.
Jordan says Oda is goofy for Joy Boy, calling himself Joy Boy. That's like Luffy telling people, "Hi, I'm Straw Hat." Oda got to keep his real name hidden for now. That's actually a good point because I was asking the chat,
Wait,
is Joy Boy like a nickname, like a moniker, like an epithet? Because Luffy, I didn't think about this, but like Luffy's not saying, "Yeah, I'm Mugiwara." Like he's saying, "I'm Luffy," but Joy Boy is like, "Hey, I'm Joy Boy."
but everybody else when they first meet him before they learn his name, unless they are like super like Bartolomeo like super fans, is the first thing they call him is Straw Hat. And then he'll say, "I'm Monkey D. Luffy, King of the
Like,
Pirates."
could you
So you're saying
imagine?
Emu is Barto?
Could you imagine
No, I'm
though?
saying, like Boy Boy could be a that's all I'm saying.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
though? Like, would Mihawk go up to someone and be like, "Hey, I'm Hawkeyes"? Like he'll say, "No, I'm Mihawk." Shanks wouldn't go up to people, "Hey, I'm Red Hair." He would say, "I'm Shanks," right? Like I think the majority of characters are gonna literally just use their name. So it's actually kind of funny that he said Joy Boy. I think Jordan kind of has a point here, even if it's just a joke.
Right, I get that, but my thing is I'm thinking about the other characters, because sometimes other characters will notice it first, and they'll say Straw Hat, and then he'll be like, "I'm Monkey D. Luffy." You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Blackbeard would refer to himself as Blackbeard ever?
Actually, that's a good one. I think that's actually very likely.
Good question.
I think
I
that makes
think he
sense.
would
It probably already
definitely call himself
has.
Blackbeard.
Yeah, that's actually a great example. A counter example.
He's not gonna call himself Baby. He's not gonna call himself Marshall.
I'm
I know.
Marshall.
People that are really familiar with him, they'll call him Teach. People that aren't, like, for example, Shanks, Whitebeard, Blase, and then people that aren't, like, the citizens, don't say, "Oh, the Blackbeard."
Yeah, hey, Lucas actually makes a good point. I don't think Blackbeard would be walking around like, "Hey, I'm Bum." Like he's gonna say, "No, I'm Blackbeard." I'm Fraud.
Or even
Nice to meet you.
Or even in Scott's case, he's like, I'm Sniper King. Like, he's not gonna do that.
He's gonna be like,
He's not gonna say, "Hi, I'm Catbird," and Robin's not gonna introduce herself as, "Hi, I'm the Demon Child."
yeah, Rob or
Zoro can always say, "Hi, I'm King of Hell."
and I think Usopp is a good one because Usopp is gonna be. I think even in 2026 post time skip, Usopp would be running around saying, "Hi, I'm Soga King," right? He's not gonna be saying going by his actual name. He's not gonna be like, "Hey, I'm the hey, I'm
saying, "Hi, I'm used to."
hold on." Oh, you bro, I'm going to put your head on a pike. You read my mind. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Hi, I'm Neglected from Albath. What's your name?
Hi, I have daddy issues.
So does everyone else in this freaking story.
He might
also
just
have
be
a lot of
referencing his
issues. You wanna throw
title
that in?
specifically to Emu if Emu knows of it, like trolling / antagonistic. I don't know. Maybe Joy Boy takes joy or takes pride in that title. Maybe it's something he actually wants to be known as. Like, that's my goal. Like, I'm Joy Boy. My name's Joy Boy because I want to bring joy to the world. Maybe like he's so into his dream, he's so into his goal that.
So he met like a kid or somebody like, "Oh, I really look up to you. I respect you. I'm gonna call you Joy Boy," and he just takes the name and runs with it, and he introduces himself as that.
I mean more specifically, like he's so fascinated by his dream, his goal, his ideals of bringing joy to the world that he just straight up like uses, like for an example, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man has like this goal, he has like this motif, he has this style that like it's necessary. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm Spider-Man. I'm Superman," right? Because of I'm a man, like I got this goal, I'm a hero, like I'm on a mission. You know, Joy Boy could be the same kind of thing. Like, I want to save the world. I want to bring happiness to everyone. I want to free everyone. I want to bring joy, bro. I'm Joy Boy. What you mean? I'm Joy Boy. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. That could very well be possible too. But in those superhero stories that you were just referencing, always remember that there's always a little kid or somebody they say, and they sometimes give them the name. And then they take it and run it with it.
Oh, yo, bro, you know what? You actually might be cooking because maybe Joy Boy was someone's Shanks.
Exactly.
That's what I just said.
Shout out to
but you said
Vincent.
for Emu, and Emu's the one that's God. I've always said that Emu was God, and that Joy Boy was the first mortal ever he was friends with. And that's why it's such a betrayal to him.
Yeah, that would be, or maybe Emu. It's the same thing, but Emu was a kid when he created the first devil fruit, and he presented to Joy Boy as a gift, and it corrupted him.
Well, see,
and he's looking up for his failure.
I guess it depends on how far you think. Like I said, I think he goes back to the first world. So if you want to say Nika, then maybe Nika. but not Joy Boy.
Johan said all Zionists or all superheroes are Zionists, especially Batman. I thought Batman was the cool one next to Superman. Batman is a Zionist, bro. What is that? Why he's rich?
No, he's rich, but I don't think he's a Zionist.
Abigna asked, "Why boy and not man? Though, do you think he started young?" I mean, what's the Japanese for boy? Is it like how we would use boy? Maybe for boy, it's more like
is
a.
It Kozo? Kozo? Is it not?
It's
Kozo?
written in. I think it's written in katakana, so it's just joy boy. I don't think it's like they use. I don't think he used the Japanese form of boy. It's written in like the katakana, so it would be literally pronounced as boy. You know what I mean?
I'm actually thinking of the Japanese word though. Hey Kozo, like hey boy. I thought it was Kozo.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
No, I don't. I'm looking on the wiki. Here, let me share my screen. It doesn't seem like it's that. I think it's you know, when they write in like the katakana, it's to like they usually use katakana for English words. So then when you pronounce it in the Japanese katakana, it sounds like an English word. Like if you went to pronounce this name, it would be Joy Boya. So not like what you just said, like Koza or whatever.
Okay. I'm not even talking about the katakana or the kanji. I'm talking about the actual word, like how you say it in the language.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So I don't think he is doing writing it that. Like for an example, right?
Okay.
Like Monkey D. Dragon, right? If you look at his name, the way his name is written, it's Doragon, right? They use like the katakana so that it's pronounced like the English word. Otherwise, they would have used Ryu, which is the Japanese word for dragon. But he wrote in katakana Doragon. I don't know if that is that makes sense.
No, wait, never mind. I found a completely different word. I was completely off.
What'd you find?
Otonoko.
Otonoko? For boy?
That was just what Google's giving me. I gotta look into this more. Maybe I gotta watch another episode of One Piece today and hear him say it like 50 times, and then I'll be able to pick it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's a Zionist because he's rich. Yeah, he's getting them those Jewish payments every month.
True, but he does spend a lot of. If we're talking about Bruce Wayne, he spends a lot of money on charity. You got to remember, this guy got his parents murdered in front of him.
Yeah,
as a child. So even though he was the richest kid in all of Gotham, he was still poor at heart because he had nothing true of value.
And I mean, it doesn't really matter. He used his money for the betterment of mankind.
Joy Boy comes from Jim Crow. You know very well that cartoons were created in the Jim Crow period. Jacob Romero Gibson killed it as Usopp in One Piece live action.
He did.
Mm-hmm. He's a better Usopp than the Usopp we're watching now.
Sway Shocks, God bless, bro.
Same
You
for
think
the
he should have
Sanji
been
with
given the
Taz.
nose?
Same for Sanji? No.
Yeah, Taz is doing better than Sanji in the manga in the live action.
Do you think they made the right choice not giving Usopp the nose?
I said no, bro.
I don't know.
You think he should have it?
No, I don't think he should have it. It's
I didn't even
wild.
watch the new
Come on.
season, dude.
I know, but look how poopy the characters look already. So many characters.
I mean, let me ask you this: are you expecting Blackbeard to have a long nose? Are you expecting Zebek to have a long nose?
Nah.
Bro, you got to think about it. This is a Straw Hat. He's on the red carpets. He has to dress up in character all the time. No, he doesn't need a goofy ass long nose. I know that's in the manga and the anime, but this is a live action. Think about the money. Think about the
All right, let's get back on that OP manga topic. The theories. What are we getting 1189, man?
They introduced art.
We need to look forwards. What are we getting in 1189, man?
I think it's going to be a flashback because right now it would be perfect time to keep us wondering what's going on with Luffy, while at the same time explaining to us why Joy Boy was so much stronger.
So flashback, just 2 chapters after we got out of the last.
Why not?
I'd say,
Dude, like
no,
freaking
I'd say
15
no.
flashbacks this arc.
say, with all due respect, I say hell no. Here's what I think. I think Regal needs to get on his little chalkboard right now, and we need to go through every list of potential stall people that people have been theorizing over the community, which I'm going to give you like 10 names that I've seen commonly mentioned.
When you said
And no
stall,
one- Stall Emu, I'm going to give them to you in no order.
dude.
Usopp right here as a theme, that's one option.
Oh,
Another
Usopp
option
is the
is
wait. Time out. Wait. Usopp?
And right here, dude, listen, don't question the names I'm giving you. I'm giving you what the community is saying. I can understand the skepticism. And I said not to put it in.
That makes sense.
Usopp and Ragnar. Okay, the Straw Hat group that's there. Loki getting back up. I've heard crazy shit like Kid and Law. I've heard Kid.
What?
I've heard Biblo. I've heard so many crazy options. But
Oh,
I
we
don't
know your
Luffy's
original
getting-
idea.
I don't think Luffy's getting back up this chapter. So, and I don't think Loki is getting back up this chapter. I've heard Gunko with her eye powers. So I want us to go through this list of characters' names that I just put out and us to put a probability on. I think that would be. If you guys ain't down, I also understand.
I'm writing the name. It's on the
Emu
screen.
just Timing up and leaving.
You said what?
What about Emu just having a time up and having to go with no one interfering?
Yeah,
So
that's
he just stabs Emu and leaves.
Too soon.
He just stabs
In my
Emu and leaves.
opinion.
Yeah, no.
I mean
Isn't Emu on a timer?
I mean, he has to get Gunko back, bro. He can't just grab Gunko and run. Somebody's gonna jump in the way.
here's the thing, right? That
Not to
very
mention
well.
we have Sanji and Zoro fighting, and we have a key fight with Sanji and Zoro with Summers and Killingham that could dictate how this arc goes.
Look, so here's
And
the
let's
thing,
talk
right?
about the
Hold
timer.
on. Well, 1 second. It could be the case that Emu has to go back or whatever, but we still could like dissect this list in the case that there is some kind of stalling going on.
Okay, well, I'll just gonna talk about the whole timer thing. Like, obviously, this chapter, the concept of time is the big issue. It's the big go around here because at the beginning we're like, don't stay too long at Elbaf, and then we get like 3-minute long stories that take up 20 plus chapters to tell. And then we have Emu's time limiters, which means things are either moving way too fast or way too slow. For various different reasons. I would just want to bring that up.
No, I agree with you here, Vincent. Like, we should never forget that there could be a time dilation. This could affect the story going forward. It could affect the post Elbaf wrap up. No, I agree. We should always keep this in mind.
As for the as for the potential stalling, as you guys had mentioned, I think it's going to just be like a massive group effort that Usopp concocts with everyone, including Ragnar.
Bro,
That
Usopp would
also
die.
is an option, in my opinion. That would also be an option, in my opinion. I've just said Usopp and Ragnar because I've seen them be grouped together because people are still expecting that Usopp moment. But I wouldn't mind that Usopp and Ragnar moment being in a group effort with the Straw Hats. So, like, I also presented that as a group. A group of Straw Hats that are near Gunko, they could stall Emu.
Hold on, with Usopp, are we assuming that Emu would just not bother attacking him? Because there's no way Usopp would dodge an attack. It would be straight death.
Here's what I'm envisioning, right? I know people are envisioning Usopp wielding Ragnar. Well, I'm okay with the moment being that Usopp is using pop greens and Ragnar is operating independently. Because we have seen, like, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. It's going to make me sick to my stomach. But I have seen instances of Emu struggling with Ragnar, struggling with his ice. So this is what I think. That's why I think this is a possibility. And I agree with the voices that are saying this. I'm not saying it's the most likely. I'm just saying there's a reason why I said Usopp and Ragnar. Whether he wields Ragnar like everybody wants, or they just decide to work together.
Dude, if I'm honest,
every one of the Straw Hats are earning Ragnar's respect.
If I'm being honest,
Ragnar's respect.
If I'm being honest, I think Usopp is 0%, unless like it's some cheesy ad like freaking he takes an attack from. Is gonna like he tanks an attack from Emu, but like, dude, it should be a one-shot kill. I mean, we just saw Emu literally disappearing in the middle of attacks done against him by fast Luffy. Usopp doesn't have a chance. Hold on, Usopp doesn't even have a chance to even land an attack, and we see how devastating Emu's attacks are too. I don't think Usopp's tanking one either. So it would have to be some cheesy like. I don't even understand how that would work.
Right.
I think you know what? I think people are desperate
on Usopp instead of Ragnar. But let me give you this, okay?
Hold on, let me finish it off. I think people are just desperate for Usopp to have something in Elbaf that they'll throw anything at the wall, even if it doesn't really make sense or if it's super unlikely, because they need Usopp to do something this arc. But what about the proposition being made, though? Like, do we just pretend like it's not like insane? Like, really, like Emu just basically like low diff the Luffy, right? It's doing some heavy damage on Loki. You're telling me Usopp's gonna run in tandem with Emu? It would have to be like some completely off the wall cheese, in my opinion.
Right, and I get that. And the biggest thing about this is that I don't know if you talked about it when you were going through the chapter. Emu recognized Brook. He might.
Yeah, he did.
He might go straight to Brook.
Well, Brook's dead.
That doesn't mean he can't die again.
And I mean, he's already dead.
I mean, the way I envision this whole plan that Usopp has is that he just has everyone attack simultaneously as a distraction, but he and Ragnar do the real attack with like a combination of Blizzard Hammer and Impact Wolf.
Bro,
that one attack Usopp who
but dude, you do realize though that Loki used Loki used a massive Thorheim on Emu, and Emu tanked it. What could Usopp possibly do to Emu? See, like I really do think like, bro, we're gonna say Usopp top one, really?
It boils down to you believing Emu either gets stalled or he leaves. So
if you let me finish the point. If you let me finish the point, I was just going to say that, yeah, all of it was simply just means to stall. Like, it doesn't do anything.
Oh.
But it was like, it was some grand plan and just blew up in his face. Like, this is meant to be the arc where everyone takes the L. No questions asked.
Yeah, but this is the same guy. Again, we just saw in this 1188 chapter, Luffy's throwing fast attacks and Emu vanishes in thin air. I mean, like, how is Usopp gonna even land an attack. Emu's just gonna teleport right behind Usopp, and that move that Emu uses on Usopp is a death blow. I don't see, like, what is he gonna stall him for 2 seconds? I mean, and then we could, well, what if we could say, like, well, what if Brook's there? I mean, like, come on, Usopp and Brook versus Emu, really? Why are we downscaling Emu so much? That's like insane downscale.
But it could be the perfect. They could also lead to the perfect distraction where it gives an opening for Loki in hybrid form to hit him with another thigh. That's what I was trying to get to. Well, they can this whole plan to work together.
For me, I think Loki and Ragnar the highest.
You know why I disagree? Loki's not getting back up. So
why?
let's go for the other.
Wait. So you think Usopp stalling Emu is more likely than Loki stalling Emu?
I'm focusing on Usopp. I gave you a list of names. There are other guys we can talk about.
Yeah, but I'm asking about Usopp. So I'm not allowed to know.
No. You're definitely allowed. But I keep telling you, he doesn't have to wield Ragnar. He can just launch attacks, and Ragnar can attack Emu. Emu has already been shown to struggle with his heights. And here I go. I said it again. And you know I hate Ragnar. What I'm saying is somebody has to stall here. Who are the candidates? Let's find something.
Law and Kid are not even, they're like totally out of the count.
Usopp doesn't even need to stall with an attack. He could just talk and make some lie to kind of trick Emu and stall that way.
Oh my gosh. This is,
Dude.
dude.
You're going to try to bullshit him?
Why not? He's done it before.
You do realize Emu's on the field, right? I'm confused. Is there like some kind of miscommunication? I'm confused. We're talking about Emu, right? Emu's the enemy, right? He's on the other side, and we're trying to find people that can go against Emu, right? Usopp.
Regal, my friend, my brother, my babushka. I'm sorry. Loki is not getting back up there. So you think Usopp is more likely than Loki? I think there's a lot more candidates more likely than Loki. Biblo has been completely mysterious. Emu already knew Ragnar. What if Biblo shows?
Here, I'll write.
Oh, Biblo.
Let me write Biblo.
And he goes on another flashback in a tirade. Emu loves yapping, dog.
Let me write Biblo. I wouldn't hate it.
Already pretty much triggered Emu, didn't it? He kind of taunted Emu.
I think that's so overblown by fans. I think like that's very overblown by fans. I think that's like overblown by the fans. I don't think like in reality it was actually like did any character even point that out? Like did anyone say, "Oh wow, Usopp, you made the top one character do something"? Like I don't think anyone even.
Oh my God, Usopp, you summoned the devil to come back.
Oh my God, Usopp, blew yourself up and
Oh my God, Usopp, you failed to blow up the same person twice in two different parts of the story.
All I'm saying, gentlemen, is somebody must stall. I'm just trying to play a game to figure out who we think.
If I could,
your girl Robin, and she's the one with all the knowledge.
If I could just pitch mine.
I don't want her to die. I care about my waifu. I don't want to see her hurt. That's why.
If I could pitch my answer, I'm
put a small fat on the silver platter. Why not put your own?
I'm Xing out Law, Kid. I'll give checkmark to Loki and Ragnar. At least they could compete with Emu. Usopp would be instantly killed. Gunko, I think that's kind of possible.
Yeah.
Luffy getting back up is plausible. Zoro and Sanji are in a fight. X.
I agree with you on the fact that Loki and Ragnar are two of the most capable candidates. I will give you that.
I mean, if I hold on,
don't think they're gonna stand back up.
If I could just address this really quick, Law and Kid, they're not even like this is so random. Like this feels like again like people just throwing things at the wall. Like Law and Kid aren't even in.
near Hellbound. That's why people were
Okay.
bringing up to it.
Okay, 1 second.
And he had conquerors.
Even if Kid crawled out of the sea, I don't think he's going to be at full health. Let's be generous. He's at half health. What is half health Kid doing? The loose Emu again. I think this is instant death.
The only goal is to stall.
But you
It
need to
doesn't matter if it's a
understand,
second
Emu
or
Emu
5
can
minutes.
Emu could instantly death. Look, I okay for the 4th time, right? This chapter, Luffy shot a fast attack at Emu.
Oda would never
Hold on,
try
please.
to
Let me
attack
finish.
him.
Hold on, please. Luffy threw a fast attack, right? Emu vanished and appeared behind Luffy and already attacked. That is what a 2-second exchange. That's not a 10-minute exchange. That's like a 2-second exchange. If that happened to half health Kid because he's crawling out of the ocean after getting one tapped by Shanks, Kid's dead. That was a 2-second stall. Usopp, if he's going against Emu and he throws out an attack, well, Emu's going to easily dodge that and retaliate again in like 3 seconds. One shot Usopp. So congrats, Usopp stalled for 3 seconds. Like I see, like I think like this is way weaker than pointing to Loki, Ragnar, maybe even Luffy.
No, you're trying to straw man me into saying Loki and Ragnar. No, that's not happening.
I'm not strawmanning you.
No,
Usopp
he's
would
not getting
instantly
back
get
up.
killed in
Ragnar, I
Emu.
can entertain. Ragnar,
What about? I mean, if Usopp does last 3 seconds, it would last longer than Zoro's what? 1 second against Emu?
Yeah, I have Zoro and Sanji X'd out because they're about to begin a fight. So like I don't. First of all, I think their fights are going to be tough.
I was thinking like,
Go ahead.
yeah, they're going to be tough. I was just thinking like of other distractions. Like, you haven't mentioned any of the giants yet, like Saul, Hiruden, Dory, Brogdon. They can all jump in and be a distraction.
What do you think about that, Smokey? You think the Giants can jump in?
I've heard Dory and Brocky be tossed as an option, but I haven't seen it as much.
You want me to write that
I
down?
They're
I also kind of want to see if
where are Dory and Brocky? Real quick. The last I saw,
I think they were-
weren't they in the Western Village near Zaza?
thing, but I think they were near Zoro. Where was he last seen?
I know Oda gave us a map like a chapter or two ago.
But we ignore the maps.
Yeah, we don't watch Dora the Explorer over here. Or her cousin Diego.
Not,
We're like
bro.
Dora. We're like-
L said Smokey itching to cut you off. Dude, listen, when people are in the open mic, including myself, we all want to talk. We're all cutting each other off. But what's most important is we don't take it personally. We're all just very excited. We try to be patient with each other. It's not personal.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I don't need to do it. My bad.
I cut you off. No. Bro, Smokey, no, bro. I
We're all
want you to
cutting each other
speak. Yeah, exactly. We're all excited, man. We all want to talk.
No, I get it. But tell the Mexican Joker if he's worried about cutting somebody off, get his bitch ass in the chat.
Yo, where has our boy Jack Black been in the camera calls, man? Oh, I need a beard update.
I need a
I don't
cerveza.
want to get fired.
I
Dude,
need a cerveza.
you know, look here. How about let's take a step
It's
back.
funny, the last weekend stream we had, he didn't show up either.
Hey, let's just take a step back, all right? Let's take a step back and breathe. I'm not look, bro, I'm not even trying to push an agenda, all right? I just want to figure out what's the best option, okay? When we're talking about stalling Emu,
Would be Loki and Ragnar. When it comes to strength, I agree with you. Loki and Ragnar are the best options.
see,
Yeah.
so that for me is the thing. I think when we talk about stalling Emu, I think one of the most important factors is how strong they are and do they have, like, are they available? Like, Dragon's unavailable. Dragon's like across the planet, right? Or
Right, exactly.
Luffy's
exactly.
unavailable. He's knocked out. Zoro and Sanji, they're about to begin a
Right.
fight.
Right. They're all.
Yeah, we got two more to
I
dig in.
agree.
I got two more names, or three more. Vivi, Wapple, and Morgan.
I'll accept me. Because her
Wapple.
showing up has been something I've been pushing out, and I've seen other people.
I don't know if you saw it in the chat earlier, right? We talked about how like Vivi could like distract Emu while Wapple goes for a sneak attack, eats Emu, and then becomes the final boss. Like that's major spoil there.
I don't like the Wapple part, but I'm all for with the BB if we're being serious here. 'Cause
I don't
I've been pushing it for weeks.
I don't like that
No,
whole
that
thing,
Vivi-
but no, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. So you said a
Vivi?
Wapple. No, Vivi's great. You said a Wapple,
not about
Vivi,
being
and
great,
what was the
like,
third
as a
one?
candidate. Like
Morgan
Vivi showing
I
up.
said Morgan.
Morgan. I mean, I'm not against Vivi showing up, but again, for me, that when we're talking about stalling Emu, the first thing that comes to mind is strength. For me.
Right.
But that's just me. Maybe I'm miscalculating. Maybe like Emu can be distracted. Maybe I'm a little too focused on strength. I could be wrong. Maybe a bunch of people are.
Let's think about plot, okay? Let's think about
Yeah, I'm
plot.
just thinking about like
These are-
distracting from a conversational.
Let's think about the plot. We have Straw Hats. We know they can't die. So we know if they were to install Emu, they would probably be successful.
Actually, is a good.
I mean? And maybe you could disagree because I can agree. Somebody could say, no, they won't be successful. But it would all relate to strength. So, like, I'm keeping it to the plot. So, like, Vivi showing up, how long has Emu been obsessed with Vivi? Like, he would stop everything if Vivi gave herself up, and he would be like, all right, I'm leaving.
That's fair enough, but I think Gunko would be a bit applicable for that as well.
Gunko's a great choice. Gunko's a great choice.
But you know what?
mentioned her name
It could be.
earlier.
It could. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. If Vivi did arrive to Elbaf, it could be like a fork where, oh shoot, Gunko and Vivi. Then that kind of like paralyzes Emu. I mean, like if Gunko and Vivi are on the battle lines, it's like, what is Emu gonna do? He's gonna be reluctant to kill Vivi and Gunko, presumably.
Because the way
Really?
you
I'm
talked
sure
about. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you go ahead.
So what I was gonna say is, Gunko, Emu, he specifically called out to Gunko this chapter. So like, if I was a betting man, I would bet his first move is to try to rush to Gunko immediately because of her eyes.
That would be my guess too.
When you
So
say
that's the
rush to,
first-
when you say rush to Gunko, do you mean like to check up on her or to go murder her or what?
To get her.
I'm saying both options. Take her, murder her, or check and see if she's all right. I'm saying any three of those options could be good. I just think he's gonna prioritize Gunko.
You know what? I have to agree with you. Yeah, because he also brought up Brooke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that is Loki in the area of that right now? Yeah, because they banged Loki and Ragnar banged
Loki's
into
at the hill beneath them.
but
He's at
he's
the hill beneath them.
still like general area, right? Because they bounced off the block of ice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He's very close. He's very close.
Okay, so dude, okay, we're making great. Hold on, wait. We're making great progress because. Oh, bro, Smokey, you just gave us a pivotal puzzle piece. Pointing out that Emu is focused on Gunko and mentioned Brooke can let us at least get an idea of where Emu might go next. And then we can list out characters that are in the vicinity. So Gunko, Brooke, Loki, Ragnar. We have something to work with there. We could think like
Jinbei also.
Jinbei. Okay.
He just walked with that.
Okay, you hold on. You just did great work with this because now we can.
Frankie.
They're all there.
Yeah, they're all there.
Okay,
Everyone
hold on.
except for Zoro and Sanji.
Okay, hold on. Let me rate them. Let me rate them one by
And
one.
Robin.
Okay, let me rate them one by one. So it's
Is
Gunko.
Chopper there? Is Chopper there?
I'm not sure.
Chopper
Yeah.
is there. Yeah, the Force
Okay,
guy
he is there.
is in play. We've seen Chopper
Yes.
do some weird shit.
That's the one encounter I'm really hoping for. Like, he just recognizes Chopper and goes, "You."
Hold on. So
Let's go.
I'm trying to write down all the characters. Then we can look at what's the environment gonna look like when Emu rushes over to Gunko right now. I have Gunko, Brook, Jinbei, Loki, Ragnar. Who else is there?
Okay, you got Loki, Jinbei, Brook, Nami.
Nami?
Ragnar.
Nami's at the
Genesis
ice?
It's on me.
Zeus is there. Because he's in Nami's staff, if you want to count him. Chopper. Gabon is there.
Frankie.
Gabon was another option. Gabon was
Is
another
Gabon with the
option.
group?
Wait, Gabon's there?
Yeah, he's with Chopper. Yeah, Chopper was treating him.
You
So,
know
if
what?
Chopper's there,
Dude.
Gabon is there.
Bro, this is like
Gabon.
Shabandi, bro. This is like Kuma there. Oh crap. Remember
Yo,
Shabandi?
that would be all. Yo, but
Yeah.
we also forgot about
Things gonna
Kuma.
get
He's
bad, dude.
technically still on the island.
Kuma and Bonnie
I mean,
are
yeah.
on the island, but they're far away.
Yeah, let's stick to
That's
the Vincent, I definitely see where you're coming from, but I suggest right now, at least for this conversation in particular, let's stick to the very close vicinity of Gunko, because then we can lay down for sure who's there and what that would look like.
Did you write Goko's name now?
Yeah, I have Gunko, Brook, Jinbei, Loki, Ragnar, Nami, Zeus, Chopper, Gabon.
Okay, good.
Then we have Brooke, Frankie,
Frankie as well?
and Usopp.
Dude, there's a lot. Bro, what? There's that many people there at the block? That's a lot of people.
So this stall could very well be a group effort.
Okay.
A Ragnar. Think about this: a Ragnar combination attack with the Straw Hats. I know you'll love it.
I mean, I would,
Like,
but I
don't
would,
feel like
but I don't
Loki's
even say
getting
that.
out. Again, I've said that already 1,000 times. I don't feel like Loki's getting out.
Look, I would
He's
love that,
already
but I don't
defeated.
say that
Loki's
out
like-
of I don't say that out of I don't say that out of agenda.
Okay, I get it. I acknowledge Loki's power. No, I get it. I acknowledge Loki's power.
Yeah.
The fact that those are the only two that right now can fight him. I acknowledge. But my issue is he's already been nerfed by Shamrock. He's taken so much. He's been stabbed like 100 times in one day. Like Loki can't.
You know,
stop
that
getting
white
a
beard
fucking
timing.
sword to the stomach.
Dude, you know,
beat up by Gunko, stabbed by Shamrock, kicked by Zoro, bro, stuck in sleepers and chains for 6 years. He just got punched by Luffy twice. And he had to go 10 rounds with Emu all before he got stabbed. Again.
Not to mention, Emu himself stabbed him like 2 times.
I
You know,
do want to
Shamrock
point
being the
out.
third.
I do want to point out, if maybe you remember the Smokey, I was saying a while back, there is a possibility that Loki dies this arc, and King J hates that. He thinks it makes no sense. Fair enough, but I mean, it is possible.
It doesn't make sense.
I hope so. I hope so.
You hope so.
That way
I mean, Loki can't die, especially not all. Especially if he's going to be part of Straw Hats.
Well, that's if he's going to be the part of the Straw Hats.
Really? Because you made very specific points about that earlier when you talked about how all the Straw Hats basically like called him an ass, called Luffy an asshole.
Yeah, he definitely.
Like Loki was acting the same way that they.
Yeah, of
So,
course, I did point that out.
Saying.
Yeah, I definitely pointed that out, but I mean, like the full proposition, the full conversation would have to predicate on that possibility. You know, like you would basically be saying, well, Loki's gonna join the Straw Hats, Proposition 1, so therefore Loki will survive Proposition 2. So like you would depend on Loki joining the Straw Hats to argue that he will remain alive. But all I'm saying, I'm not even in favor for Loki dying per se. I do think it's a possibility. And then when we talk about all these things he's going through, and then we're thinking about stalling Emu, I mean, it's definitely possible. And maybe people don't like it. Maybe it's dumb to some people, but I don't find that to be an argument.
Right. And I completely understand where you're coming from. When I said I hope so, that was just a gin. But if I was actually putting on my thinking cap, right, and I'm saying, okay, let me entertain the possibility that Loki could die. Well, what could be some scenarios for that? We still haven't touched the Elven realm, and I've always, like, you remember back when we saw the Rainbow Bridges and stuff like that. I have always felt like at the top of the Adam Tree, which is the biggest tree in the world, on the biggest island in the world, is all the way up to a sky island. And usually I say Burka, but Burka's been destroyed. Who knows? Maybe they rebuild it, whatever. But I have always said, like, I could, if Loki would die, I have always entertained the scenario that they go up to the heaven realm and escape that way. And he holds off Emu. So if you want Loki to get back up, I could see a scenario for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. If I could just add really quick, if you guys look at my screen, right, I have a list of all the people that are near Gunko at that block of ice. And if you guys just tuned in seconds ago, the reason we're discussing this is because, as Smokey and I believe Vincent pointed out, during this chapter, Emu, well, we know Emu's already attracted to Gunko and needs her because of her special eyes, but he also brought up Brooke. So there seems to be a high possibility that following this chapter, Emu will move and go towards Gunko, going towards that block of ice. If that's the case, then that means if you look on my screen, all of these characters will be in his vicinity when he makes it to Gunko. So if we think about the idea of Emu being stalled, well, we have something to work with because these are all the people near Gunko. These are all the people near that block of ice. And I ordered it power scale wise. Maybe you guys would switch it around, whatever. It's neither here nor there. But yeah, at least we have something to work with now.
So you ordered it power scale wise. Okay. Let me take another double check.
Maybe Gabon above Gunko. I'm not sure, but regardless, like this is a huge amount of people, and this reminds me of the Shabandi arc. We had Kuma running around, right? Kuma running around, just clapping everybody. But in this case, I mean, I don't think Emu's gonna be pause. In this case, I don't think Emu's gonna be teleporting people. He'd just be straight going for the jugular.
You know what's a crazy detail I just remembered?
What's that?
The other supernova at Sabaody, when they defeated one of the pacifistas, as soon as that pacifista was defeated, the real Kuma showed up, and they were scared out of their pants. I love Kuma, dog.
Kuma's amazing.
That's why I think he's.
Go ahead.
I think he might play a good factor in being a distraction to, because like you said, you're talking about the people in the general vicinity, but you have to remember he has the paw fruit, so he can just warp himself straight there.
He could, but I think he's kind of like out of commission personally. But that's just my opinion. I want to point out really quick because Vincent and Smokey also mentioned this. Chances are Straw Hats are not going to be killed. So if you guys look at my screen, I have some X's beneath Straw Hats. Maybe you guys would want to count Zeus. Maybe not. So these characters are probably not going to die. But, you know, characters like Loki, Ragnar, Gunko, Gabon, and maybe Zeus, those characters, I mean, hypothetically could die. And if we're going to take Emu very seriously, if Emu's going to leave Elbaf with a devastating blow, maybe someone has to die. So we could look at this list of people that are in the vicinity of Gunko, people that are in the vicinity of the block of ice, and kind of think about like, okay, who would die here? Who would not die here? What does the end of the arc look like? What does 1189 look like?
I have an answer for you, Capitan.
Yes, sir.
We are ordering these characters in the most likely to die. It's going to hurt you, but Loki is up at the top.
I mean, I agree. I think like I understand all the arguments about Loki joining the crew. I'm not even at this stage. I'm not even necessarily against it, but I'm just talking about open possibilities. Like, it is possible he joins the crew. Yeah, it is possible he dies. And maybe some people think, oh, well, if Loki was finally introduced and then he died this arc, it'd be garbage. Like, maybe you would find that garbage, but like, that's not an argument. Just because you think something's garbage doesn't mean it can't happen. People told me Luffy's fruit could not be a Zoan. There's no way. It has to be a Paramecia. That's a garbage theory. That would be garbage. But here we are. It was a Zoan. But that's just basic argumentation. So, or basic fallacies rather. So, anyways, Loki could die. I see it being possible. Ragnar dying, I don't know if that even makes sense. Maybe that can have something to do with Usopp. You know, we're hoping for some Usopp shine, but then again, Ragnar needs someone hyper powerful. Gabon, I think we put on our freaking Pingo card dying, didn't we, Vincent?
I'm not so sure. I don't think. Did we? I'm not sure, but here's the other thing. If I was to give you a second,
I did. I see it.
Who I think is the most. Okay.
Go ahead.
So the second candidate that I would think, if I had ordered the top three candidates most likely to die, Loki would be one, Gunko would be two, and Gabon would be three. But I might switch Gabon with Gunko simply for the bingo card. Gunko is just way too important to die at this point. She gives us so much information if she lives, and she destroys Emu if she dies.
I don't know. I like when we talk about, and Vincent, I'll love to hear your input momentarily. When we talk about specifically the angle of, oh, well, insert guy here won't die. A lot of times it's like, what? Like, oh, he's important. Oh, well, he's really strong. Oh, he's awesome. Oh, well, that would be dumb. But like, I don't think like those are really strong arguments as to why someone won't die. Like, Whitebeard was very powerful and important. He died. Ace was kind of powerful, and he was Luffy's brother, and he died. I mean, like, I haven't really heard good arguments as to why someone would need to survive, unless it's like, you know, like Frankie or something like that. That's different. But I don't know. The more I hear about like these anti-death arguments, these pro-life arguments, it's not very convincing. And I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, well, your defense of this, or the way you're articulating that this guy could not die, this guy has to live, is bad. That doesn't necessarily mean the contrary. Like, you could have a bad argument and your conclusion is still correct. Just so that's clear.
Right. And so let me go ahead and make a proposal to you, or propose something to you, because I know the number one pushback that you would probably face when it comes to Loki, even bringing up Loki potentially dying. The first thing people are going to say to you is the Beck was looking for two fruits, one in Elbaf. So, like, I know people would say, like, why does he have to die if he's fated to be near the end?
Yeah, that's actually I feel like that's kind of better. I mean, the importance of him finding the fruit.
That so I'm playing devil's advocate, and I still think
Also the importance. There's also the importance of Specs and mission of wanting Harold to be the one to eat it, because he knows the secrets can only be unlocked with an ancient giant race.
So on the list of characters that are dying, I almost feel like we can cross Loki out, but if not cross him out, maybe move him under Gunko. And let's put Gunko at the top.
I would want to put for Loki a symbol that's like highly likely to survive, but it's not confirmed kind of thing. Like for Jinbei Brook, like, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, you want to put like a percentage of dying under each character?
That might be a good idea, actually. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Actually, and just to point this out, guys, I'm sorry. Tomorrow I have to head to bed early, so tonight I gotta be prepared to go to bed early. We got the feast, the church feast on Sunday morning. So we're probably going to wrap up here in a few minutes. Hopefully we can knock out some good stuff before we wrap up this stream. Let's quickly write
Okay, and
percentages.
I'll just make my point then while you do that on which characters I think would probably fight it this chapter. I think it might. I'm not saying that it's a high probability, but I'm thinking Zeus might be one that goes, but not to Emu, but to the Omen itself. Because I don't know if you guys noticed in this chapter, but it looks like the flames are actually talking to one another.
I haven't noticed them
maybe
talking to each other.
Omen,
I noticed
the Omen
for
is a
sure.
separate character.
Right, I noticed this for sure. This is why I put when me and King J came up with those 15 bullet points yesterday. We mentioned Big Mom as Emu being a progenitor of the devil fruit. Remember? So I'm
Yeah.
Shout out to King J and Stan. Stan said Loki's probably not dying before we meet Mosa. And King J said a reason for Loki and Ragnar surviving is because we need Ragnar to unfreeze Galila, and we need Nidhogg to beat Emu as per Mural and Zebek. No one else can inherit the devil fruit, as it has to be an ancient giant. King J, I'm assuming when you say you need Loki or Nidhogg to beat Emu, you don't mean like
No.
1v1, right?
no. King J, we've been over this. You and I have a bet on this. Loki will not be fighting Emu at the end of it. And what I envision personally for me, Loki will not be fighting Emu. I like your theory of him fighting the world serpent better.
Yeah.
So let's not
Because if
even
we're-
act like Loki needs to be at the end to defeat him. Now, freeing Galilot is a valid point in my opinion. But the Emu stuff, I'm not going to agree with. Because you and I had the bet on that.
I understand where King J's coming from with the freezing stuff in Galila, but there is like an alternative possibility where, like, if Ragnar dies, the squirrel goes out, like the squirrel fruit goes out into the world, and maybe then Usopp can wield the hammer because it's not like some creature, some being is stopping him. And yeah, maybe someone will say that the hammer's too big or too heavy or something, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Because like what's stopping people from wielding Ragnar is that there's a strong squirrel that's embedded into it. But if Ragnar died, then that squirrel fruit goes out into the world and that hammer just sits still. It's just inanimate.
I also got a question. Can Biblo drink Ragnar? And if Ragnar dies, can Biblo drink that hammer? For
I think it was
somebody else to
explained.
use?
Sure, I think it was explained as extra dialogue in the manga that Biblo can't shrink items. So that says Ragnar technically counts as an item, can't shrink it. You can only make it bigger.
Dean's life.
That episode.
Dean's life said Usopp getting a squirrel zone is crazy. I didn't even think of that. I can't picture Oda killing a cute
Devil
squirrel.
Fruit himself. Can you imagine Usopp becoming said squirrel?
No, I can't. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think Gabon is one of those guys here that has a higher likelihood than everyone else to die.
I could see that. I could even see having like one of those cheesy lines like "I'm coming, Roger."
I'm coming back, Roger. I'll see you soon.
The second option for potential high-risk sacrifice or death would be Gunko, but not through like Emu killing him, but like her choosing to like end herself to weaken him. Because if the Holy Knights are connected, and she's got like a personality thing, then maybe, for instance, she can weaken him.
It's possible. Gunko gas. Chat, any last comments, questions, theories, concerns? Speak up ASAP, chat. I do have to head out here.
I have a different idea for that as far as Dunko dying. Not because she sacrifices herself, but more because she awakens her eye powers. And she uses them against Emu. That sacrifice is nice and noble, but hey, Dunko been living like a piece of shit for forever. I understand she's a victim, but hey, you choose evil.
L said, good question is who is Scopper dying for, Luffy or his fam, or who? Maybe for Luffy.
He's dying. He's dying for his wife and his kids.
I think also he could be dying for Luffy in the sense he could be dying for Luffy in the sense that, yo, this dude Emu is way too strong. He's knocking everybody off. I need to die for Luffy. Luffy's gonna be the only one who has a chance. He's the second coming of Roger to take down Emu and save my family.
He dies for the future of the world.
Yeah.
This will be the first time we've seen a legendary pirate die in the future.
Yeah, because like it could be the angle where like he's dying for Luffy because Luffy's gonna be able to protect his kids. At least in this arc.
I know this Bozoville guy likes to always champion Rayleigh over Gabon. No. That ain't happening. You gonna stop insulting my goat? He's announcing it. Remember that shit.
Rayleigh's still way cooler.
I want to hear about no Dark King. He got a badass wife and he still gets to cheat on her. Lucky bastard.
Rayleigh, he has too much aura, man. You can't blame Gabon.
I mean, really could have 10 women and it still wouldn't compare to Ripley.
Exactly.
Bruh.
Stack them up. You could stack them on their shoulders. They wouldn't even get the Ripley's thigh.
All right, listen, I hate to do it, Chad. I hate to break it to you. We're gonna wrap this up here. Take care, everybody. I gotta go to bed early tomorrow night, way earlier than usual. So my body needs to be primed right now to do that tomorrow. Take care, everybody. I hope everyone has a gorgeous, amazing Friday morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Thank you so much, Vincent.
Bro's a week behind or a week ahead. He's a time traveler.
I'm a time traveler, and I can tell you 1189 is going to be absolute peak.
Bro,
we're going on a break
Mormon
week.
Space wives CJ ain't telling us about. He a time traveler, a space traveler.
I time traveled to
man.
Mormon Space Wives Museum.
You can see the future.
The future looks bright. 1189 will be ping. I think we're gonna have to figure out a break week stream.
We're finally gonna react to some Family Guy.
Maybe we should react to some Family Guy.
I'm gonna be in the voice chat this break week.
You hear that, chat?
The last break week we had.
Yeah,
We had a bunch of people join in.
Hell
I
yeah.
invite everybody to join in.
You guys hear that?
We went for 12 hours.
Damn. You hear that,
Shout
chat?
out Damon. Shout out SL. Shout out Vince. Vince was in there. Shout out JK and shout out Mets. They all joined. Hell, we did a dream casting of our own fucking DC universe.
You guys hear that? Join the Discord server, !Discord. Smokey will be in there during this break week. Go hang out with him. Hopefully I could find time. I could hop in there for a little bit. We could have some great discussions. Thank you so much always, chat, for hanging out, being great, amazing thinkers, being some great One Piece fans as we roast each other and we debate, we theorize, we do all that good stuff. We're all real with each other. We're honest. We're loving. You guys make this a blast. I greatly appreciate all of you between Vincent, Smokey, L, Johan, Jordan, King J, Stan, Axaram, everyone in the chat. I apologize if I didn't respond to everyone as much as I had hoped. Hopefully you guys understand. There's many things we got to talk about. But nevertheless, have a beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Have a great, fantastic weekend. I'll catch you guys very soon. Make sure you join the Discord server so you know when the next stream is, and hit the noti bell. With that being said, chat, peace.
Join us next time.
Please, Nacho Libre.